Nothing says action and adventure more than Raiders of the Lost Ark. This 1981 classic from Lucas and Spielberg tracks the journey of adventurer Indiana Jones as he searches for the Lost Ark of the Covenant, the power of which could be misused if it falls into the wrong hands. Raiders was an idea as old as Star Wars in the hyper-creative mind of George Lucas, and just like Star Wars, it was inspired by the adventure serials that he grew up watching in his local movie theatre. But Raiders wasn't just a Spielberg-Lucas double act. They would invite a promising writer to join them, a writer who also co-wrote 2 other Lucas films in my collection, Lawrence Kasdan.
I brought Larry into the picture because I had just bought a screenplay of his called Continental Divide.
He said, I'm going to do an adventure movie with George Lucas.
And we spent 3 days with a tape recorder going. And in those 3 days, Larry, George, and I pretty much outlined and sketched in the whole plot, the set pieces, and we laid the movie out in 3 days, and Larry had to go off and put it on paper.
I always wrote things longhand for years, and this is the original longhand script of Raiders.
With finance in place, it was time to start casting. And surprisingly, Harrison Ford was not the first choice for the role of Indiana Jones.
We ended up doing a screen test with Tom Selleck and Sean Young, and it was really, really good. I mean, they were both terrific actors, and it turned out really well.
Just shut up! Shut up and listen to me. Now, I need that piece your father had.
Ultimately, Selleck was forced to turn down the part due to contractual obligations to the hit show Magnum P.I. Even the film's production had its moments of danger.
It was kind of scary because Kit West had to set fires close to the crew, but also he had, you know, the big machine that turns the fires off, and all the wood was treated so it couldn't really catch and spread.
An even bigger threat was the food while filming in foreign locations, food which often poisoned cast and crew members.
We just wanted to go home. Like, I didn't get sick because I subsisted on canned food from the UK that I just literally opened my cans and sometimes cold had my breakfast, lunch, and dinner from canned food.
But actor John Rhys-Davies wasn't quite so fortunate.
I had a temperature of 105 point something. I was dying. Steven said to me, John, can you bend down to give him a better eye line? And as I bent down, I filled my gelada in front of 200 people, and I didn't care.
And the cast had to be especially wary of the cobras.
In the famous shot of me facing the cobra, you can barely see a reflection on the sheet of glass that was between myself and the cobra.
Literally threw venom all over the glass, so that was something that caused everybody to sit up and take notice and recognize that this was not something to play around with.
And just to annoy Spielberg, the snakes completely ignored the directions in the screenplay.
You don't like fire? You do like fire. You love fire. In the script, you're supposed to hate fire. Why do you like fire? You're ruining my movie.
Surprisingly, Raiders has a connection with another DVD in my collection.
We tried to get a submarine. We didn't want to build a submarine from scratch, and there was a movie that they hadn't made yet called Das Boot, and they had built the boat, so we rented the Das Boot boat.
I had great confidence in Steven as a filmmaker, but you still never know what the mood of the audience is going to be when the film is released.
In fact, pre-release audience interest in Raiders was small, perhaps because of the film's 1930s setting. But all that changed after release, and this action-adventure classic became one of the box office titans of the 80s. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. There's plenty more to come from my DVD collection, which includes thrillers, comedies, action, science fiction, drama, adventure, and horror. Thanks for watching.